Alright, we're going to be reviewing the Canon EOS Rebel T5i today. So I've done an unboxing already of this particular camera. Um, I've used it for about 3 months now, and this is going to be a quick personal review of how I liked it, and maybe a little bit about the camera itself. So this is a kit from Costco, a bundle. Came with everything you need to get started with a digital SLR. This is my first digital SLR. Gonna say I really liked it. I think that it's a great camera. I think the beginning photographer has a lot to learn, and this has shown me that it's not a magic bullet. It's definitely something that you need to have an understanding of photography in order to get the best shot. Based on various other SLR cameras and friends I had, it seemed like they just made these magical shots, right, with this super camera. Um, that may have been the case, I don't know, but I definitely was not having that experience with this camera. I bought it during Christmas, and the first couple of shots or sessions were family and such. It's at my sister's house, and I guess the lighting wasn't very good inside of the home. It wasn't terrible, but it was kind of that yellowish lighting. Um, and I don't recall if I was shooting with automatic or if I was shooting with. I don't think I was shooting with automatic because I would have had to have used flash, and I didn't want to use the flash. So I needed a better understanding of ISO, which helps kind of control the light and the shutter speed, I think. Again, I need to learn a little bit more, but I believe you're supposed to use ISO. I'll show you where that is. Flip it. ISO is located here, and if you're in a mode that you're trying not to use the flash, for example, um, uh, understanding ISO would be well, fairly critical to getting the better a best shot in a low light situation. So, as I said, very novice, but learned a lot from the experience with this. Overall, if I have a good understanding of what I'm doing, or if I have good lighting in a good position or whatnot, this camera takes really great pictures. I've looked at a lot of reviews online as well. People rave about this camera. As a beginner, I was a little disappointed that it didn't do all the heavy lifting, but at the same time, it's pretty cool to actually kind of immerse myself and start to learn about photography. But it comes down to a lot of lighting, a lot of positioning, and a lot of understanding and anticipating the subject, which is all things that I need to work on and learn more about. So this particular packet, I think I mentioned, comes from Costco. Got it around Christmas time. This comes with an EFS. Let me hit the focus here. EFS 55 through 250 millimeter. This is good for your long shots. My daughter was, close to about 75 to 100 feet away, and took some shots of her in gymnastics class. This one's for your close-ups. This is a EFS 18 to 55 millimeter. Your subjects, within reaching distance or within relative distance. Let me refocus. Then this is the one that you're going to want. So long range, short range. These are just covers for the lenses. Lenses are great quality. They're super sleek, super nice lenses. It comes with a battery charger, 2 batteries. Comes with an HDMI to mini HDMI cable and 2 USB. I think these are mini or micro, you tell me. So, let me give it a little focus here. But, so yeah, so overall, I really like the camera, and the carry case is really nice and convenient. Fits everything, just barely, but it does fit everything. Really like the camera. once I think I mentioned once I found the right conditions and learned a little bit more about the camera, I was able to get better pictures. In general, most people recommend for a novice that you stick to auto. Some auto shots weren't that great. They were too bright because they always use the flash. And also that's something that, I'm learning, you got to gauge your distance if you're going to be flashing people. Because of the light will bounce off and change the coloring of the image. I played a lot with the different manual settings, and I have to say that there's a big void that needs to be filled for me as to how to use those. But what's really cool is this camera provides little handy tips for us beginners when it's on. So it says, oh, okay, here you go. Let's focus this. So, scene, intelligent auto, AF, brightness, flash, color tone are set according to scene. So then you flick it to another option. It says, oh, program AE, auto settings. Well, let's see. I have to flick it again. I went too fast for little old me. Alright, let's flick it again. So there's this button basically controls the help. So this will go to the actual scene. This will go to, let's see. Okay, I guess it does help when you just click on it. Aperture priority. And yeah, it does go pretty fast, and I think that's because they don't want you to be staring at this all day. But so I just flick it a couple times to get the actual reading of what each setting does. So that's pretty cool. I didn't have to refer to the manual every time I wanted to remember something. Did a good job of explaining, very briefly as to what I would use this setting for. But in general, most of the reviews I saw and professionals that were reviewing this were saying, just stick to auto if you don't know what you're doing. But once you do learn what you're doing, then go ahead and play with these because there's a lot of great options there. I played with them. I'm trying to become a little bit informed about photography, so I played with them, but I have some really bad pictures as a result. I think it was Christmas. I wanted to take some pictures in, relatively low light area, but I didn't want to flash everybody because it was Christmas, and I also had some shy subjects, so I was setting it in some type of manual setting that seemed to be doing a good job as far as the LCD was concerned. But when I got home, pictures were all very super grainy. I think I needed to adjust my ISO to get better shots in low light, but at the time I couldn't tell. It's kind of like that yellow light too. But the graininess, so I have it set to the highest resolution, which is like amazing. I don't even know what the resolution is. It's absurd. Let's see if we can find out. Let's see. Let's go back to auto, right? There we go. That's what I was looking for. Let's see. So yeah, 5,184 is 18 megapixel. So the dimensions are 5,184 by 3,456. So, that's insane. That's super high resolution. So I do a lot of photography for websites and stuff, so I have to like really cut that down. It's nice to have a super large original, and I could obviously scale it down, but figure why not get the largest original I can. But so yeah, for any web stuff, it's just like scale, 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 scale. Oh my God, this is so huge. But and then storage too. It's like but if you do need it for printing or if you do need it for other work, then I would imagine that that high resolution would be beneficial. But yeah, it's amazing. It does an amazing job when you know what you're doing, um, and uh, and apply simple photography basics to the camera. I do recommend the camera. I think that it's a good camera for beginners. I'm actually going to return the camera based on the fact that um, the price, I found it much cheaper somewhere else. I don't know if I'm going to get this camera again. I liked it a lot. I'm familiar with it now. But now that I've got a small understanding of DSLRs, I'm going to look around and try and see if I can find an even better deal. But that said, if I were to buy this camera and if it was at the right price, I would have kept the camera. I would have been very, very happy with the camera. And there's so much room for me to grow in this particular camera. So that said, I think it's a great camera. Definitely go for it. If you're a beginner or a professional, it sounds like from the reviews I've read and seen, it sounds like this is a great camera. I would say this is like a low-end professional camera. And price I paid was close to $1,000 in 2014, December 2014. So I hope that's helpful. Thanks.